discuss while we're using this time. Dr. Hani, first when I used to travel with him, he said, Rashid, why don't you bring people, young people, that we can discuss? If we're going to Manchester 2 hours and we're going back 2 hours, that's 4 hours. And he was very disappointed with me that it was just me, because we have spare seats here, and time is precious, isn't it?
Yes.
So we need to discuss and plan and share any ideas we have for the future. That's why we have Dr. Hani as well here on board. I think maybe we should go that way.
Yeah, you better play it that way. Still.
No.
I did better. That's right?
Yes.
I'll just stay
Live,
with
it's
this
going.
reading. What's the discussion for today?
The discussion for today is what you want to discuss. You see what you need to do. Actually, if you have got any concern about anything, you have got any questions, you have got any idea, we can discuss it together. Because people should actually share their experience. What we found quite often, the young people are separated from the previous generations, and they are. Can you close the window, please? And this gap has to be filled, because if we talk about the age of your parents or your grandparents, they have seen a lot and they knew a lot, and so they can help and guide you. And not because we have the technology, and not because we have all these facilities, that we don't need to listen to advice of others, or to the experience of others, or the journey of others. So since we are traveling together, I will introduce myself. My name is Hani Al-Banna. I came to this country 47 years ago as a medical doctor, and now I give up medicine 1995, and I was with Islamic Relief, and now I was everyone else. Yes, Sister Alicia, how are you? No. Introduce yourself, please. Raise your voice, please.
I'm Alicia. My name is Maria, and I'm from Birmingham, and I took a different educational route, and I think it's definitely changed my experience in growing up, because I went straight into an adult job, and I'm very grateful for it, and I would not have gotten it without making dua. Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Maria.
What's your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Zahra. I am a student paediatric nurse, and I volunteer at Charity Week in Islamic Relief.
Very good. And you, sir?
I'm Rashid Campbell, West Midlands community fundraising officer for Islamic Relief.
Okay, thank you. So, anyone start the discussion from Maria, Zahra, Alicia? Just anything.
Dr. Hani was talking on YouTube the other day regarding the generation gap and the different strengths and even the weaknesses. So we did a SWOT analysis of each generation, young, middle-aged and elders. So my question is, Dr. Hani was saying that the young people are very quick nowadays. They're super quick at doing stuff, and things have to be done, at a fast pace, whereas the elders, they take their time. And I'm witness to that. I'm 54 years old, so I'm middle-aged, but I'm working with a lot of young people who are probably called millennials, and I think they get frustrated frustrated with me when I'm trying to send messages and I'm not as fast as them.
Yes.
So
No, we don't.
what advice do you give me? Should I speed up or should they slow down?
You know his why.
Yeah, it's been on my mind. I'm glad I've got the opportunity to talk about this.
No, I think they have to respect your speed, and you have to respect their speed. Their speed is needed, but not all the time. But you have to be very fast. You see, and your speed is needed, and not all the time you have to be slow. Okay, so here is the agreement. Can we run fast all the time? You can't. You can't, no matter what. Mistakes always happen when people try to do it very quickly, try to run very fast, try to jump, not to walk, not to run. So I think we have to respect both of them. And the problem actually with and now I'm challenging the young sisters at the back is they don't want to think too much. If we don't want to think too much, we are born to become a failure. Yes, I have the technology. Yes, I have the communication. Yes. But even the technology, which making us to do something in a second or in a minute or an hour, but we have to think even before using it. The process of thinking, Brother Rashid, is more important than the speed of technology. Because if I start without knowing the direction, I might go south instead of going to north. I might have, unfortunately, car accident. If I think, I decrease the amount of time you're using the technology. I'm not sure if the sisters agree with me or not. Sister Alicia, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree.
No. Okay. Sister Maria?
What's the question?
The question is, actually, if we rely on technology 100% without thinking, the technology can destroy us. Because we think that everything will be done by the tools.
Yeah.
And we don't use our brains. Our brains mean thinking, mean reflecting, mean writing, means comprehending. Then start. You see what's the edge of discussion now, sisters and brother? One of the signs of the day of judgment, that the span of time, the span.
Yes.
Prophet ﷺ said, one of the signs is the death of the scholars. Another sign is the man will be walking in the middle of the road and somebody will kill him, and the man will not know why he was killed. Okay. The third one, which I can't remember all the signs, but the third one, which is the span of time. What do I mean by the span of time? The year will pass like a month. The month will pass like a week. The week will pass like a day. The day will pass like an hour. The hour will pass like what do you call it, when you lit the light, the fire on a straw.
Yeah.
And this is how you feel now. When I look at my journey nearly 48 years ago, it's like yesterday. You look back at yourself. I was in the primary school. I remember my colleague. It's like yesterday. Everything is like yesterday. And this is a sign of life, or the sign of day of judgment, that actually the time is passing very, very, very fast. Coming back to the question which I raised, or the question that you raised, the different time that you take to finish things, and your grandfather or your father or grandmother will take to finish the job. Sometimes you'll be frustrated. Okay? And brother was talking about something practical happening in the office, and they want to discuss it. Actually, the different speed that we take to finish the job. Yes, it's open for you now.
I think that the young people, I do agree that I think generally we're in a rush to for the reward, like we're in a rush to succeed, like chase success. Usually it's like things take quite, I think we find it harder to accept that things take time and hard work, and you just want things done, you just want the result, not the hard work done. But I think
Instant reaction, instant gratification.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Zahra?
I feel like I agree with Maria, and it's because of this lifestyle we live. Everything is on our phone. So you want a piece of information, you just Google it, and it's there in 5 seconds. You don't have to go to the library, find the book, and actually find that piece of information. And then even like things like your data connection with Wi-Fi, we're always going for the fastest connection. Wherever the fastest connection is, we go. We expect everything to happen now. Next day delivery. If we get same day delivery, even better.
Because we rely on
Because we rely on it. So even when we travel, we go for the fastest route possible. If the train is faster than a car, we catch the train. If the plane is faster, we catch the plane. So then we're psychologically now molded.
impatient.
Impatient. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want everything instantly now. Everything has to happen now. I don't think that's very healthy.
Yes, Sister Alicia?
I think, but of course, what they're saying is right. We've been brought up in this generation. We haven't experienced what our elders have experienced. We haven't been brought up in where everything takes time and we're waiting and whatnot. So we haven't experienced that. We're only used to this fast-paced environment. But the elders, they've experienced both worlds. So they've experienced that slow lifestyle
because when we first got together as a group, we realized that there was this dynamic, me being a bit not very quick at type, you know, the way they type.
Like it takes an hour to write an email, for example.
And nowadays on WhatsApp is my favorite social media app. Actually, it's very, very useful. It's one of the best inventions, I think, for doing stuff. But I can be typing an answer, and young people will be like, you can feel their frustration. How come he's taking so long to reply? Yeah.
But that's not
And then they'll say, and then even the words where it will say like NVM. What? NVM. It means never mind. Don't worry.
Abbreviations.
So yeah, even the words, because time is short for the young people, even they can't spell. Oh, it doesn't matter, Rashid. It's fine. We've found out the information already because you were too slow. They will just put
Never mind.
NVM, and then I will look on Google. What does
What does
NVM
NVM
mean?
mean?
What the hell is NVM?
It means never mind.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
Like lol. What
Yeah,
lol means?
yeah, laugh out loud. Yes.
Even
Yeah?
don't worry.
Laugh out.
Yeah,
Is that
even
yes?
don't worry.
Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let
yes.
me know.
I don't use
LMK.
abbreviations.
But we've come to an understanding between us,
Yeah.
our group, is that there's things that I can do that they can't do, and there's things that they can't, that they do that I can't do,
Yeah.
and that's how our strength is as a group.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good. So let me ask a question now. Do you want to be user or abuser or producer?
Producer.
Sorry, raise your voice because I can't hear.
Producer.
Producer,
Producer.
user, abuser, or why you want to be producer?
Why?
She said, I'm asking her.
Yeah.
Yes, Sister Alicia, you want to be producer.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want to be an abuser or a user, so I pick producer.
No, you have to have a reason for everything you do. We don't do just like, oh, I can do this. Something looks nice on someone else.
If you're a producer, you can change things.
Very good. If you are a producer, you can change things. You can direct people. Carry on.
Yeah, I'd rather be a producer because you can change things. So that means making things work. That means yeah, you can just change things. I like that you can change things. Like you're not sticking to one thing. So if you're a user, you're sticking to one thing because you're just using it. But if you're I don't know what abuser. I don't know. I think abuser. Maybe you take advantage of. Maybe you'd be taking advantage of things that you're not using it to the best way. Yeah. But being a producer, yeah, that's better. That's the
Thank
best
you.
option.
Sister Zara?
Yeah, a producer. It's also like good Islamic behaviour as well to always contribute towards society and to improve community as a whole. Anyway, you can only do that if you're producing ideas, volunteering your time, or even like making sure you pick a job where you're actually benefiting the Islamic Ummah rather than just benefiting yourself.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the three of you would like to become producers. Yes,
Yeah.
Rashid?
I think because it's what would you say?
By the way, this question has not been prepared.
Yeah, I think because it's like an abstract question,
Yeah.
then the answer can be abstract also. So to be a producer or to produce and give to the world, then you have to use sometimes you have to use things, you have to use your own self, and sometimes you have to abuse. We even abuse our bodies, like to a certain sense. In Ramadan, we're pushing, we're fasting, we're doing lots of events, we're working. So in that sense, we can be all three. But the end result should be a producer to bring something into this world of benefit.
The difference between the three, Sister Alicia, Sister Maria, Sister Zahra, and Brother Rashid,
Now,
is the most difficult one is to become a producer. The most difficult one is to become a producer.
yeah.
Yeah.
That means that you have to go through many process of gaining experience, education, training, trying, failing and succeeding. Anyone can become user. Consumer. User is a consumer. He goes to the shop, or she goes to the shop and buy anything. But to produce the goods inside the shop, it needs a lot of learning, a lot of trying. It takes a lot of time and experience. Abuser, not all of us are abusers. Some of us will definitely become abuser in their own life. So they take the advantage of others. Or they have been left heritage from their parents and they're abusing it. Factories, lands, wealth, all these kind of things. Actually, a producer is always independent, is always leading, is always being followed. A user is never independent, is always following others. And this is the difference between you as a producer and the four of you decided to become producer, and the one who take it easy and just become like anybody else. A producer does not become like anybody else because every year you have to change the quality of your product to compete in the market. But a user, upgrading, but a user can go and pick up anything. Okay.
You have
So
to adapt also.
So young people have to learn to become producers, not users only, not abuser, never to become abuser. But they should learn to become producers because producers are leaders, not followers. And all people have to give them the relay stick and tell them, okay, if you want to become a producer, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were talking about NVM. Never mind.
Never mind.
The NVM. If you go to write a thesis, you fail in the English language.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely fail miserably because you do not. Not you, sorry. I will fail in the English language because I'm doing NVM, lol, bol, all whatever they call it. Okay. When it comes to a test, I fail once or twice or twice. Because what? Because I did not respect the language. I did not respect the system of becoming a producer, of becoming a leader. Even the leader, sisters and brother Rashid, has or have to know the spoken language of the people. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He said He always used to send prophets and messengers who can speak the same language of people, understand the culture, the philosophy of thinking and everything amongst the community. Sometimes they call them brothers, sometimes they call like actually Prophet Lut alayhi salam did not call the people brothers, Qawm Lut, the people of Lut, because he was not from the city. He came with Abraham from a different city. Like Nuh was calling brothers, Muhammad brothers, Musa brothers, because he is actually within the community. So, but they have to speak the same language, the same, to understand the same culture, the same philosophy, because he is a leader. And the leader, as a producer, like maybe Sister Alicia wants to be the producer, the owner of Parcel Force, or Eddie Stop is a big thing or something?
It is a big thing.
Okay, who wants to be this one? Eddie Stobart? You? Maria?
Okay.
Okay. And we'll get someone for you, Sister. So if you, Sister Alicia, I give you the company. What will you do with it?
Sell it straight away.
Thank you. Abuser. That means,
Joking.
come on, be serious. I know that you are you love sense of humor. Okay. So we'll give you a company now. What will you do with it?
If you give me a car,
Company.
Company.
this for Alicia. And this is your company, Sister Hazara. What's this one?
Maritime.
Maritime. Okay, Maritime. Yes. You have 3 companies now, 3 factories. What will you do with them?
I would first understand what is my company, what they do.
No problem. Very good. Very honest question.
Yeah.
Answer, sir. Carry on. Carry on, Sister Zahra.
Figure out what they do, and then probably put someone that has experience in running companies as a manager, because I would probably run it to the ground.
Without experience, of course.
Yeah, I don't have the experience. I'll get someone with experience, and I'll sit back and I don't know.
Very good. When you say I don't know, that's a very good answer. Because the best answer is you identify the problem. Sometimes people do not like or become shy to say that we don't know, and they do the mistake. Thank you, Sister Zara. What will you do with your company, Sister Maria? Or your factory?
I would find out what the product is, and then see how I can develop it, and then I would arrange a group meeting with everyone, and then we would discuss how we can progress the business and be open to any other ideas, and then take the idea on and
Right. Thank you. Sister Alicia?
I would 3 companies.
4 companies, 10 companies.
10 companies. Okay. First, I would find out, of course, everything we need to know. Then I would find out the value of each company. Then the company with the third highest value, I would sell. And then the rest, I would hire workers, hire staff, hire management for each place, because I probably don't know what the product is, what the factory or the company is. And then the money that I got from one of the companies, I would put it back into the other companies. That's what I think.
Thank you. 3 different answers give me motivating me. Thank you, because all the 3 answers are honest answers. Brother Rashid, we give you this company. No names.
No name company. I would do a data analysis of the history of the company, how it began, the ethos of the company, the values of the company, and see if that is aligned with today's market. And if it wasn't, I'll try and see if we can adjust it and try and make some investment. And as the sisters have said, that if I wasn't the correct person to do that, then I will get some advice, consultation from others to help me to take the company forward.
The 4 of you give me an idea of, if I get the company, I'll become responsible. And here means responsibility. And responsibility is something very heavy, and not anyone can carry a responsibility. If you decided to carry the responsibility, as Zahra said, I don't know, somebody has to teach me. As Maria and Alicia said, we will get help to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, as well as what Rashid said. So if you feel responsible for a community, this is one of the first steps of leadership. Because you can't sleep, because you think more than they think, because they want to do more than they need. And instead of doing 6 events in one day, he said, no, I want to do 60 events in one day. Because my community needs the 60 events, not one event every day. Responsibility is something that Allah choose this, who can carry it. Because Allah said in the Quran, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not let you to do something that you will not be able to do it, unless you are for it. He said, oh, I can try hard, or I can stay overnight, or I can go do extra work, or I can read more, and this does not match the I'd like to say it, the attitude or the behavior of the younger generation. They don't want to do the extra mile, and they want to decrease the mileage by sitting doing nothing and using technology. I'll ask a question which could be stupid and funny. One day you will get married, inshallah. What I mean?
Oh, I'm
Not
already
you,
married.
not you.
Sorry.
I'm talking about that. Thank you. I'm talking about the young girls, inshallah. Will you be able to have a baby less than 9 months? Normally. Why? Carry on.
So what was the question?
Would you be able to have a baby in less than 9 months?
No,
Normal.
that's impossible.
That's what I'm saying. And here you look at the process of development of life. Will your baby be able to go to school when you have him or her today?
No.
That's it. There's the process of upbringing this young child. Then it goes on. When you look at our life in the family, when my mother and my father used to work very hard to get the money, my mother used to look after me, at least in the first 3 to 5 years, 24/7, cleaning me and teaching me how to speak. When will you come out of the womb of your mother? Will you be able to speak like Jesus, alayhi salam? Any answer?
Sorry, what was the question again?
When your mother have you,
Yeah.
will you be able to speak?
Oh no, you
No,
can't.
no.
That's here when you say when you say that no, it means that there's something is unnatural
Yeah.
because it does not take the time to develop. If you plant a seed today, will it have a tree tomorrow?
No.
No.
That's it. When here, the technology can sometimes, sisters and brother, could be deceiving us. We can do it. You know, NVT, what?
Never mind. NVM.
NVM, whatever they call it. Jesus, those old people, and I'm sick of them. They are slow. They are stupid. Is that right?
That's what they're thinking.
No.
No. Not you. Some kinds. Not, the others. Yeah. You see the others?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to, and each one of us, not only you, also us, we have to understand that you did not live through our generation. Is that right? And we are living through your generation, but we do not know the mechanics of your generation. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we, the young people, explain to me the mechanics of the current generation, I'll be able to adapt myself to you.
Yeah.
The same for me. That's why Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, he used to say, prepare your child for their generation, for his generation or her generation. Don't prepare him or her for your generation, because your child is going to live through his generation or her generation, not through your generation. This was Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu saying it, and it's clear.
Mm.
Yes. Any question about this? Any comment?
I agree with it, but I think that the younger generation, I think with the older generation, they they can find it easier to adapt to the new generation, but I think the younger generation find it hard to go backwards and adapt to older generations, because like it's not that it's not going to progress, but again, like with the younger generation, they just want to move forward, they just want to speed up. So trying to adapt to a past generation is like saying, oh, let me slow down, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any comment about what Sister Maria said? Sister Zahra?
No, I don't have a comment.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. But I think older people generally find it hard to adapt to new things anyway. Just because
but
of the
the
way
pos-
they function,
yeah.
like the way they function, they struggle to adapt with change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they're, in a way,
but it would be
I feel like
easy.
they'll always just live in the past.
They live in the past, but I think it's easier for the older generation to adapt to a newer
Yeah, it'll
generation.
make life easier for them because that's how life is right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
running
yeah,
gap.
Okay, thank you. Alicia?
Yeah, I agree with what they're saying. It's that yeah, it's hard for both, but it's easier for us to move forward instead of backwards, and I think it makes more sense.
See, by mistake she said backward. Okay, I think you are right. Should be more responsibility of the older generation to go forward, the first or second steps to close the gaps.
Yeah.
It should be easier, but at the same time, you cannot say that they are backward. Okay, they are not developed yet, because they could have been at their generation the most advanced individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at nowadays, I tell you something. You remember the story of Ad and Thamud?
Yeah.
Ad was Prophet Hud and Thamud was Prophet Saleh. You know how how tall the people of Ad were? About 60 meters. Their technology was in their muscles, in their power, physical power.
Yeah.
That's why they used to build palaces and houses in the mountains themselves. Actually, this was their technology. Will you be able to do that?
No.
No.
This is that, but for them, it was
Yeah.
high tech. For you, what you need to take from the elder generation is to let you to go through understanding how they live this hard life with less facilities, with less what they call it,
Technology facility.
technologies, with less resources. How they used to go to the school walking, and they used to walk 2-3 miles a day to go to school and come back when they are in the villages or in the mountain. How young girls at your age still now in Pakistan, that's one of the projects we did in Pakistan in 1999, building water tanks on the top of the mountain in Kashmir, in Balandri and Rawalakot. We found that the girls were not going to school because she has to go up and down the mountain every day 5-6 times to get 5 liters of water from the valley. Islamic State decided to build these water tanks on the top of the mountain. Next year, after building this, the number of young girls in the school grew. The mother managed to produce more things for the market. Some of the number of skin diseases decreases because they have water to wash themselves, they have water to have shower and all these sort of things. But this is how the people are suffering in this area. Will you be able to live their life?
No.
No.
If you go to a place like, I know that two of you are from Pakistan originally. Maria, Pakistan.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Okay, and Pakistan and Iraq. Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
Don't you think that this generation though is trying to help, like by them producing and moving forward, they're thinking ahead so that they don't have to, people don't have to go through them struggles. So like the water, like we, alhamdulillah, we don't have to climb a mountain to go to school and get water. But that's why this generation is trying to encourage it to not have to, for other people not to go through that struggle.
Yeah, but you have to produce more.
Yeah.
See the responsibility now?
Yeah.
See, look at actually, look at people who they used to call them legends, male and female. How did they become legend with no resources?
Yeah.
Now you have the resources, so you have to produce 10 times or 50 times or 100 times as much as they have produced before. Because we did not have cars, we did not have television, we did not have telephones, we did not have mobile, we did not have internet, we did not have nothing. So you cannot say at your age, at your generation, you cannot be productive. What makes the elder generation upset is what do you call it? The lacking, what do you call it, the attitude, which is relaxing, what do you call it? What do you call it?
The lack of
When you it takes chilling attitude.
Okay. The laid back.
the laziness.
Laid back.
The laid back.
Laid back.
Laid back. Laid back.
My dad used to complain to me. He said, "Son, if you were any more laid back, you would be asleep."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
That's what he said to me.
That's how you were.
Yeah.
But not now,
Not
alhamdulillah.
now.
You see, but and this actually, you know why the older generation are frustrated? Because they are giving you heritage, and some of you are not using it properly, and some of them were trying to tell you how difficult to make it. I said, okay, no problem. You don't care. This kind of carelessness, because we have a lot of resources, because we have social income, I know what you call it, social support scheme or something like this. It puts people, it makes the older generation mad. I remember people who came from Yemen, came from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, used to be 10 in one room
Yeah.
and more.
And work 2-3 jobs.
And they used to save money to live here and to send money back. Those people, sisters and brothers, are the people who made the halal food industry,
Massage.
who made the masajid, who made everything. You have not seen them suffering, not eating, not drinking, because they want either to send the money back to help their families or to build the community here. And they were less educated than any one of you. That's why if sometimes some of them will become mad about you, mad at you, you have to, what do you call it? What you have to?
Overlook them.
No, you have to realize or to see where he's coming from,
Sympathize.
to sympathize.
The perspective of someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know some of your grandparents, especially the woman. Oh my God.
The sacrifices.
Oh my God. You are not. I'm not talking about you. The big you. You know those you? Can you see them, Sister Alicia?
Yeah.
The you in the wood. Those women who came here spoke no English. Cannot be able to communicate with anybody outside. She was 24-hour service for 6 or 7 or 8 children in the middle of UK. And some of our children were just a little bit shy of presenting her to the community or to the other community. My mother, I can't take you with me now because you don't speak English. Sit at home. How painful it was. That's why the elder generation, Sister Alicia and Maria and Zahra, has to give you the flavor of what they have been going through to reach to what you have today. Because maybe your father now has got a holding company. In this holding group of his, maybe 15 companies and 2 factories and. But you have not seen him and your mother or your grandparent when they were walking from door to door like salesmen and saleswomen. You have not seen that. You understand?
Yeah.
And here, what we can start filling the gap on a very conducive way is by listening to the stories from the elderly to start building the bridges. This is the first step. And the stories, sisters, will let me to understand, oh my God, did my father or my grandparents do that for us? May Allah bless them. 2 or 3 families used to live in one house. Is that right? To get you education right. Anyway, any comment from you, sisters?
I think our younger generation should be, from what we've spoken about, I think it definitely has opened my mind to being more appreciative for what our elderly have done and the sacrifices they made that I don't have to go through right now. Like, I don't have to worry about walking like to school and like for 5 miles and stuff like that. Like, I've got parents who can drop me off, pick me up in a car, and it's just stuff like that that is small things to me, but it's a huge sacrifice that our parents have to make sometimes. Like, yeah, we should be more grateful for it. And yeah.
Thank you, Maria. Alicia?
Yeah, I think I do hear my parents saying what they went through, especially my dad. He, like, when they talk about how they grew up, we just imagine it in our heads.
Yeah.
We haven't experienced something. We're just going based off what they're saying. So we're just thinking like it's not that bad because we haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
So they're saying, this and this, and we know it was tough and it was difficult on them, but to us, we don't experience it, so we don't see it, so we don't believe it, and we don't feel it to the full extent that they do. So I think it's important that we listen and we try to understand and see things from their perspective and have more respect in that sense. I think sometimes the younger generation, they lose respect for their parents, but if they truly saw what they went through and to get their kids to where they are now, they would put in more effort and more hard work instead of having this relaxed, laid back attitude to everything.
Thank you, Sister Zahra.
Yeah, I think I agree with the girls. I don't really have much to say because my parents generally never spoke about their hardship. They always said they grew up kind of on easy-ish. So my mom, the only struggles my mom talks about is when she was a child in Iraq.
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair, it does make me feel really grateful we didn't grow up the same way. But we grew up, back in the days, they grew up kind of serving the community. especially in the women in the community, they didn't get that respect. They didn't get that opportunity to form themselves and have their own personality and just choose their own paths in life. It was chosen for them. So I guess in a way it makes me really grateful that we grew up in times where, and in communities where we can just form our own lives and our own paths and just have that freedom our parents never got.
Very good. Rashid?
Yeah, it's been interesting hearing the perspective of the young people and the old and the experience, and inshallah they'll have to come to some type of middle path to move forward, inshallah.
Building community, just let me conclude with this. Building community is not an easy task. Building organization is not an easy task. Building a family is not an easy task. Building even your own private future is not an easy task. It's a task which should be taken or done by a group of people with you. The most important thing in what I said now is how you build a family. Family is the most important building block inside a nation. If we don't build proper families, we have no nation, we have no people, we have no country, we have no state, we have no future.
We do have state, but it's a state of chaos.
I'm saying if people stop having to build their own family. Okay. Why Europe now is suffering and want more immigrants to come here? Because
We don't have enough children.
that's it. You said it. And now they are using different ways of having relationship with one another, which does not produce the children. You know, I was listening to one of the sheikhs. His name is Sheikh Sha'rawi. I'm not sure if you know him, Sister Zahra or not.
Yeah.
In Arabic, if your Arabic is good, listen to him, please. He said, zina and is fahisha. You know what zina? يعني adultery.
رشيد حبيبي انت بتابعنا.
So, okay, if it's happened between a man and a woman, it's fahisha. Okay, fine. But one day the man might get married to the woman. But if it happened between man and man, it will be a double fahisha. Because it does not produce family.
Oh, yeah.
You got the difference?
Yeah.
So, coming back to it, please sisters, if somebody come and want to get married to you, don't talk about chemistry. You know the chemistry? You know the chemistry? Chemistry and look at the man. If he is decent, if he has good khuluq, if he is same status like you, say Bismillah. Because you are not marrying an image, you are marrying an entity. Entity like a behavior, like a deen, like somebody who look at you because you gave him the most precious things in your life. You don't give it to the dandy dudu who might run away with another dandy dudu and leave you at home. Okay? So make marriage easy. And if you argue, okay, fine. Someone shout, someone listen. Next time you shout, he listen. Once upon a time, a man went to complain to Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab about his wife is shouting and to him.
Oh yeah, Rashid said this the other day.
I was not with him, by the way.
No. And she was on her menses and that's
Okay. And when he went to Sayyidina Umar, knocked the door, he heard a woman shouting at him.
Yeah.
And Umar was listening. And Umar came later on, said, the man was leaving, khalas, there's no point. Umar has suffering from the same problem. said, what? Come on. What do you want? He said, I came to complain to you about my wife. I found that you are suffering. He said, no, brother. We leave them alone with children. They do everything in the home. They've got more responsibility. And when we come, we should not keep ordering them again. We should listening to them. You know, there's a verse and a chapter in the Quran called I was just listening to that. I will tell you about it. A man and a woman at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, he came and wants to eat. He wanted to eat. And his wife was very busy the whole day and said, okay, fine, cool down, be patient. Be patient. He shouted at her. They became very angry. And said, you, because she came back and responded to him, you are like, for me like my mother. That means at that time, like my mother, that means that you are divorced.
That's what the man said to her.
That's what the man said to her.
Another way of saying you're divorced.
Yeah, before the divorce came in Quran. So that means that he is not anymore her husband. And which in the good old days, they call it zihar,
Yeah.
before the divorce came. He was upset, she was upset, everybody was upset. They went to the Prophet and said, Khalas, you can't touch her, you can't live with her in the house.
Yeah.
And the man was old, has to leave the house. And she went to complain to the Prophet ﷺ, and she was crying, she was in tears. My husband's old man. I have 6 or 7 children. If I keep looking after them by myself, I cannot be able to upbring them. And if we give it to him, they'll be lost as well. So another way, anyway, till Allah revealed a whole surah about this is not anymore.
Right.
Okay? And Allah told them in this, if you say this something like this, you have to do either you set a slave free, or you fast 60 days, or you feed how many slave as well. How many people as well. But actually it come because people were shouting at one another.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest thing to be done,
Yeah.
the easiest thing to be done is to shout. And the most difficult thing is to appreciate what your wife is doing at home
That's
in your
right.
absence. Okay? And now, thank you, arrived.
Yes.
Some of the sisters.
Assalamu
here.
alaikum, sisters. Do you know where this event is?
Yeah, you just walk around that side and
Okay.
then you enter through these doors.
All right.
You're
thank
coming
you.
with us, huh?
But there is another door down there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go down there.
Thank
Shukran.
you. Thank you. Now we're arrived at our destination, inshallah. Thank you, Sister Zahra,
Right here.
Sister Alicia, Sister Maria, and Brother
Rashid.
Rashid.
Should we get this stuff out here?
Yeah.
Shall I drop you guys here? And then
Yeah.
park?
Yeah.